Good morning, CPAC. It was my honor to serve in President Donald J. Trump's first term as his ambassador at large for global criminal justice. And I want to hearken back to a little bit of history here. In 1950, the Joseph Stalin installed government of North Korea invaded South Korea to seek to overrun it. And in that conflict, a US-led coalition of 20-some countries repelled the communist aggression at the price of 50,000 American casualties. I honor the blood that was spilled by American soldiers to keep the whole peninsula from being one big North Korea, which is the most oppressive, darkest, most unjust place on planet Earth. And believe me, I know of many such places around the world, and it is number one in that regard. Now, South Korea stands on the edge of a cliff. The democracy in South Korea is in a danger that has not been in for decades. President Yoon, who loves America, who was strongly and staunchly allied with the United States of America, has been impeached and is in danger of being prematurely removed from office. Why? Because he had the courage to stick out his neck and say that there are things that are amiss in South Korea because there have been many indications of election fraud. We know something about that, I think, here in the United States. And there's a parallel situation going on. President Yoon, indeed, has been called the Donald Trump of Asia. And he declared martial law in order to try to seize evidence in regards to the election cheating that he believes has run rampant and has given the Liberal Democratic Party in South Korea an overwhelming supermajority in South Korea that they have used in legislative tyranny to overrun the country, to give a haven to North Korean spies, to welcome the influence of the Chinese Communist Party. And they are rushing through a conviction process potentially before the Constitutional Court that if 6 justices on that court vote to remove him from office, he will be prematurely removed from office even though he was the duly elected president of Korea by the people of South Korea. They are rushing this through because his chief political rival who wants to supplant him as president, Lee Jae-myung, who has allegedly sent millions of dollars over to North Korea against US sanctions and against the UN Security Council sanctions, who has aligned himself with North Korea and with the Chinese Communist Party, is himself accused of various crimes that if he is convicted, he would be disqualified from being a candidate for president of South Korea. So there is a legal and political race going on to try to convict and remove President Yoon before Lee Jae-myung is disqualified for running for president of Korea in the emergency election that will ensue if Yoon is removed. This is an issue for which freedom-loving, democracy-loving Americans should not be neutral. This is a situation where our government and our people should stand with our allies in South Korea and with President Yoon and stand up and be counted and let the world know that the robbing of democracy and the destruction of democracy, that we spilled blood to the tune of 50,000 casualties in the Korean War, will not be in vain, but that the democracy in South Korea could flourish and the people's elected president, President Yoon, who loves America, who is closely aligned with America, would be able to be vindicated in the Constitutional Court and restored to his rightful office. Thank you.